So, LeBron James. LeBron James has no clutch gene, is what a Skip Bayless would say. Is what some of these guys that like to crucify everything LeBron James does would say. So we're going to break down the last possession and what LeBron James did. Because LeBron is still looking like one of the 10 best players in the NBA. He just is. He is looking like a top 10 NBA player right now. So let's break down what he did. I don't care that he's about to turn 39. I don't care that he'll be 40 next year. He's still going to be a top 15 player when he turns 40, almost certainly. LeBron is just barely human. But let's watch this possession right here. So LeBron drives in. He ends up getting to the basket. And he goes up to take a layup. Obviously, he's stopped by the defender. They're not bringing three bodies. But in the position LeBron is in, he's getting swatted by Bam Adebayo. Bam plays unbelievably good help defense. The only chance LeBron has of getting this shot off is if he floats it up while falling backwards to his side. If he puts a massive floater up that not even freaking Kyrie in his prime could have done. That's the only chance that shot has of going in. It's going in at a 10% rate. If even. It's a circus shot. But what he manages to do is throw one of the best passes I've seen in a long time. Falling backwards, looking at the basket to shoot the ball. The fact that he's clearly going for the shot and then midair managing to get the power in the pass to get it to Cam Reddish wide open in the corner. The problem is it's Cam Reddish. Now that is where all of this comes down to. That's not John Paxson, that's not Steve Kerr. Heck, it's not even Matt Ryan. It's Cam Reddish. That man should not be in the NBA right now. I'm sorry. How many second chances is he going to get? Cam Reddish obviously is a good basketball player. He's a brilliant basketball player. But again, I always say this about the NBA players. If you don't do one thing really well, you better be a star. There are guys that aren't specialists. You're either a star or a specialist, or you're useless. That's it. That is literally what it is in the NBA. You either have to be a star or a specialist. Because if you're not either of those, there is literally nothing for you to do. If you're not a star, your job should be to make the game easier for the stars. Whether that be from your defense, or from your three-point shooting, for your spacing, or from just your IQ, or just making the game easier and doing little things in your passing. You're either a star player / scorer, you're a third option glue guy, the third scorer, or you're a specialist. And if you're not one of those, there's no spot for you in the league. And that's where the Cam Reddish goes in. That's where your Bowls come in, your Cam Reddishes, that don't do anything. They don't actually do anything at the NBA level. If you put, let me just think of a specialist off the top of my head. Let me just go a specialist that would struggle to do too much himself. Let me just go prime Steve Novak. Prime Steve Novak. That guy was the definition of a specialist. And I know, Cam Reddish is not as good as prime Steve Novak. But, if you put Cam Reddish in, let's just say, the Spanish third tier in Leb Silver, Cam Reddish could drop 60 points in some games. If you put Steve Novak in Leb Silver, because others aren't really freeing him up and he's mainly just a spot-up shooter off screens, he might just look like a normal guy. The difference is, why did I say Steve Novak? Just Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson would look very good, but Cam would look so much better. But in the NBA, Duncan Robinson's a better player because he's a specialist. He does one thing really well, which spreads the floor for others. Hence the specialist role. Makes the game easier for others. Cam Reddish should not be in the league. But also, LeBron, don't pass the ball to Cam Reddish. As smart as you are, it was a perfectly great pass. In fact, a miraculous pass. I think the fact that LeBron can see that pass and throw that pass is one of the most impressive things I've seen from LeBron. But not to Cam Reddish. Not to him. And also, Darvin Ham, it's your fault. What is Cam Reddish doing on the floor at the end of a game? I'm sorry. What is Cam Reddish doing on the floor? He doesn't really play that much defense. He's not awful defender, because he's at least athletic. If you're as athletic as he is, if you're disciplined, you can be a good defender. But what does Cam Reddish do? Just put anybody on the floor. Like, there's definitely guys in your DNP list that are more likely to hit that shot than Cam Reddish is. What was he doing on the floor? But anyway, yeah, that is the video, lads. LeBron, unbelievable pass, but to the wrong person. Honestly, if that was anybody but Cam Reddish, I'd be like, he made the right play. Like, everyone talks about 2017 when he threw it to Kyle Korver. Throwing it to Kyle Korver is the right play because it's Kyle Korver. Throwing it to Cam Reddish is not the right play. I'm sorry. It just isn't. It is not the right play to ever give the ball to Cam Reddish late in the game. It's like throwing it to Russell Westbrook late in the game. It's a bad play. Cam Reddish touching the ball down the stretch is a bad play. And as great as the pass was, sometimes passing is right. I would say 9 out of 10 times, passing to a wide open guy is a better option than shooting yourself. That's if you're Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Jordan made a lot of bad plays down the stretch. And obviously, as he says, 27 times he missed a shot. Some of the times other guys were open. Kobe was the worst for shooting dumb late in game shots when other teammates were open. And LeBron, in fairness, passes the ball. Most of the time, I'm on LeBron's side. Not this time, because you passed it to Cam Reddish.